हेलो गाइस। तो जी आज पाकिस्तान और बांग्लादेश का मैच है। तो उसके लिए प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करने पाकिस्तान के हेड कोच ग्रैंट ब्रैडबर्न आए। आपको मैं उनकी प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस सुनाता हूँ और उसके साथ में आपको एक बात बताता हूँ। जैसे कि बाबर आजम की चैट लीक हुई है भाई। तो वो चैट लीक हुई, तगड़ा ड्रामा मचा भाई। तो क्या कहानी है, कैसे लीक हुई है, तो वो भी आगे चल के मैं बताता हूँ आपको इस वीडियो में। वीडियो को पूरी देखिएगा भाई। लाइक कर दियो, सब्सक्राइब कर दियो। तो जी चलिए शुरू करते हैं फिर।
If it rings. Shai? Good afternoon, everyone. Don't be shy.
Good afternoon, Grant. Hope you are well. My question is that are the players only training or praying also that other results go in their favor, like New Zealand crash out of the tournament?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we're in a position that we didn't want to be. We were determined at this stage of the tournament to be in control of our destiny, and we're not. That hurts the group, and all we can do now is control what we can control, and that is prepare well for three remaining pool games, and then allow fate to be hopefully leaning on us in terms of our semi-final hopes from there. But we wanted to be in control. We're not, and that's the reality that we've faced, and that's certainly hurt the group. And there's been a lot of disappointment over the last period of time. But it's a very tight group, and pleased to say that we're really looking forward to another opportunity tomorrow.
Grant, before this tournament, Pakistan was one of the favorites. Then what went wrong with Pakistani team?
Look, I'm not sure where you get favourites from because there's 10 teams in this tournament. There's 150 cricketers who are the best on the planet. And in terms of the ICC rankings, we know they are skewed because we don't get to play India. We don't get to play a lot of the top nations who haven't been to Pakistan of late. So look, we were number 5 in April. We became number 1 recently before the tournament, and that might be where you term the phrase favourites. But we're realistic. We have not been the best in the world as yet. So, which highlights where we are in this tournament right now. Look, we have no divine right to beat anyone in this tournament. We have to play quality cricket, and we have to put all three departments of our game together. We are desperate to bring joy to our nation. We are desperate to make our nation very proud of this cricket team. And we are also realistic in the knowledge that we haven't put all departments of our game together over the last 4 games. But 4 losses does not define who we are as players, as coaches, or a team. So we're determined now to focus on what we can control, and that is putting our best on the park in these last 3 games, and then leaving that to fate as to determine the remainder of the tournament for Pakistan.
Hi, guys. How is the war environment dressing mood at this point in time? After 4 back-to-back defeats, and how challenging it is for you and Mickey and other coaching staff to uplift the morale and confidence of the boys?
Look, the environment's great. There's never any issue in terms of the environment. We have a wonderful group of players who are very determined, as I said before, to bring joy to their nation, play a quality, exciting brand of cricket for our fans, and to make our country and our families proud of the performances that we put on the park. So look, that remains. This is a very tight group, and feel free to wander down towards the dressing room and watch the training today. You will see a very good vibe. We're satisfied in the fact that we've prepared meticulously well for each and every game. but we're also realistic in the knowledge that we haven't put all departments of our game together, and that hurts us because we haven't quite met the high expectations that we have of ourselves, let alone our fans. So we're very determined. We have given our fans, a lot of joy and a lot of pleasure, I guess. And we're very proud ourselves of the fight that we showed in the last game against South Africa. So at times during this tournament, Sri Lanka was another good example of chasing down a record score. At times we have provided that joy and that hope and that proud cricket team that our fans want to see playing a brand that makes them proud. But we haven't put that together consistently enough, and we're determined to do so.
Grant, you said to the other question how the #1 ranking might have been a little misleading because you don't get to play India and the best teams often enough. Do you, by any chance, kind of feel isolated and left behind because Pakistan boys don't even play IPL, which is like the best T20 league. So do you feel isolated and left behind in terms of, just intel and knowledge and getting the best competition, and what's the way forward if you do?
No, we don't feel isolated or intimidated by that. Mickey and I, when we took over this team in April 6 months ago, we recognised that the team was playing a gear or two below where we wanted the team to be playing in terms of the brand, because we know the brand of cricket that is winning against quality teams is a more dynamic brand than perhaps we were playing. So we set a new course in April this year. So it hasn't been a big lead into this major tournament for us. Ideally, preparation for a tournament like this starts 4 years ago. We started 6 months ago and changed direction in the way that we want to play the game of cricket, and the one day, especially the one-day brand. And we've shown some positive signs of that over the last 6 months, and as I've mentioned, during this tournament, we're very proud of some of the performances that we've put on the park. It's this team of cricketers. We've been consistent with our selection. We've backed our players, and we still back our players to perform and show the brand of cricket that we want to play, that matches the task at hand, and also where the best in the world are. And we've acknowledged over the past period of time that we're not at that level that we want to be, but we're certainly pushing hard to improve our brand of cricket, because we know that the skills are within our players.
Hi, Grant. I'm Dhiman. I work for the Hindustan Times newspaper. Does this loss against South Africa, which was really, really close, in a competition where not much has gone right for you guys, does that make it even harder for you going into a game like this? A win there, you could have gone there with your, with greater motivation and stuff. Does that make it a little harder going into tomorrow's game?
Oh, yeah, as I mentioned at the start, there was a lot of hurt in the camp, particularly after the South African game. Chennai is a difficult venue to assess conditions, as you all know, or well know. We felt we assessed the conditions well, but in the South African game, we acknowledge, and we've had our skills meeting this morning, and part of our skills meeting is that we reflect on the good and bad, and part of the admission for us is that we didn't have our batsmen going quite deep enough in that innings, and we probably left 20 to 30 runs out in the middle, and certainly 310 to 315 I think in that game would have been sufficient to bring that game to a W for Pakistan. But it doesn't take away the fact that we're hugely proud of the way particularly the pace bowlers performed, the courage that they showed to take wickets throughout the middle phase of that chase, and